Hi guys, this is Dylan with the Utah Airguns Workshop, and today we're going to be going over how to do a caliber change on an FX Impact M3. So first off, you're going to need some tools. You will need a 3mm Allen wrench. I prefer the ball end. And you will also need a 1.5mm Allen wrench. I just have a drill bit put into my 1/4 inch screwdriver here, but it is still a 1.5mm. And in your kit, we're switching it to a 25 cal 700, and that will come with the barrel, the shroud, and your probe. First off, you want to make sure the gun's on safe. I have the bolt open just for safety. We will then loosen the barrel set screw on the rear block of the gun. Okay, next you will pull the barrel forward. If it doesn't come forward, make sure you check the barrel holding screws that are underneath the rail right here. Just make sure those are looser than finger tight, otherwise you'll have problems pulling the barrel out. So I will pull the barrel out like that. Okay, next you want to make access for yourself when we're removing this probe towards the rear. So I will remove the screw that holds your buttstock on. See how that just pulls out there easily? Okay. Now, with our bolt already back, we will then unscrew the 1.5mm screw that is holding your pellet probe in. There is an indent there, and that's where the probe carrier set screw will fit into. Has your caliber written right there as well, which is pretty convenient. So at that point, we'll set the 30 cal aside and we'll grab the 25 cal pellet probe. You will feed it in from the rear of the rifle. Notice how that set screw kind of holds you into that middle slot there. So I hold the bolt so that probe carrier stays put, and make sure that my probe is all the way forward. At that point, we will put the screw back in. The tricky thing about lining this probe screw up is there's these 3 slots. The easiest way for me to line it up is with the middle slot. Tighten that all the way back down. Okay. So now I can just put that forward and back. I wiggle it. It doesn't have any extra movement. I'll still leave the bolt open. And then with these barrels, you can choose the dual port side, which is usually for slugs, or you can choose the single hole, which is used for pellets. So I'm just gonna set it up as a pellet configuration. So the pellet hole will face down. On the barrel, on the end, on the transfer port, you'll see on the top side, there is a little indent right there. And on the bottom side, there is an indentation there. What those are for is to index the barrel properly so you're not shading your transfer ports. And that basically just ensures that when you push the barrel back towards the rear of the block, it is lined up perfectly so the air can flow how it should. So after we have the barrel seated, you can see the very end of the lip on the transfer port is into the mag well. At that point, you know you're good to tighten up the set screw there. So you will use your 3mm, tighten down that barrel set screw, replace your buttstock. Make sure your probe will stick into the transfer port well without any kind of resistance. Looks like we're good. And then if you would like, you can tighten up these barrel holding clamp screws just so they're not rattling around and you don't want to lose them. After that, you're good to go out, tune your rifle, get it going, have some fun shooting. So that's how you do a caliber swap on an FX Impact M3. It's very similar for the MK2 and the Gen 1 Impacts as well. We have a lot of tutorial videos on our Utah Airguns workshop channel, so be sure to check that out. It will be linked in the description. Like, share, subscribe, and leave comments on stuff you'd like to see. Thanks.